Okay, in this video we're just going to cover an issue some people have been having with SmallRig batteries and the new DCC18 cable. This is the dummy battery from Panasonic that goes out to USB-C, so I'll link up to the corner if you haven't seen the video about what this is and what it does. But essentially what the problem is some people have been having is that if you plug it in and then you plug it into the USB-C part on a dummy battery. Specifically, this seems to happen for SmallRig batteries. So if you power it on, it works fine. Camera's up and running. We've kind of shown this working with various different things in other videos, and you can see the power outputs here on the screen. And the problem that people have been having is that when you power down the camera for, more or less just over a minute, it might have actually just happened then, where you can see it's gone back to a sort of percentage charge there. Yeah, you can see it's dropped out of the power supply mode, and when I've got the camera on, I can switch it on, switch it off. It just essentially is not delivering power to the camera anymore. So my understanding of why that probably is happening is because rather than using, like D-tap or the barrel jacks on the V-mount, they're more for kind of constant power, whereas the USB-C PD generally used for charging. So the issue there really is because you've got the dummy battery in here, it's more likely that the USB-C PD port is stopped outputting power, so it assumes the actual unit is charged, which isn't the case because the dummy battery can't take any can't take any charge. It's just there to be supplied with power. So the SmallRig essentially just sort of shuts itself off, thinking that it's complete. So what you can do is unplug it and plug it back in, and then you can see it's back into delivering power because the screen is back up, and then it works again. So that's not great if you've got your camera rigged up and you can't switch it off for I mean, it's essentially 20-30 seconds. You can see it changing. Once the screen goes off on this, the power is gone. An alternative, there you go, it's gone there, so about 20 odd seconds. So the alternative potentially is you could use the power saving mode, which I've done a video on, and I'll link up in the corner to how you can kind of utilize those, so you don't have to power the camera down and lose your battery, the actual battery supply. I mean, if you're happy to unplug it and replug it in all the time, it's not an issue, but it's not really that convenient, to be honest. I mean, for me, it's not something that I'll be using on other supplies. So like this is a WeMaxit 99. I'll spin it around so you can kind of more or less see the screen. I've done a video about this one, so I'll link it up in the corner, but it's essentially just another 99 watt hour dummy battery. I can switch it on through there. You can see camera's running, you don't need to see anything specific on it, it just switches on. Turn it off again. You can see the screen on the WeMaxit has gone, but if we leave it for a minute, you'll see that you can power it back up, and the same goes for the Anker Nano. My other Anker power bank seems to just be happy to supply charge as long as it will go for. So if we switch it back on, you can see we're still getting power to there, and for the tests that I've done, that seems to work for any amount of time that I've given it so far. But it might be the case that it has a longer shut off, or it doesn't shut off. I don't quite know what the case is there, but it seems like the power banks and this dummy battery, they seem to work on a prolonged kind of power down and power back up. But the SmallRig batteries, for whatever reason, this is a VB99, people have said the VB50 does the same. So, it might specifically be something in these batteries that sort of tells it, there's no power being delivered, just switch down that connection and don't sort of, once it's powered down, you probably need to replug it in to get that connection going again. So yeah, it's just a video just to sort of explain that. So, if you've got this battery and you want this dummy battery, then that's a consideration to make, or, potentially a consideration before buying a dummy battery if, you specifically want to use it with this adapter. So if you're having this issue with any particular batteries you've used, it'd be interesting to know, and I'm trying to make a bit of a list of sort of bugs and things that are not really working on this, and trying to let people know like the kind of nuances of it, because it seems like it's going to be one of those things that doesn't work exactly how everyone sort of wants it to. So yeah, let me know if you sort of come up against any issues or challenges whilst you're trying to use it. So yeah, hopefully that's been helpful. If it has, give the video a like. If you want to see more content like this, check out the Lumix playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.